So here's the deal. I don't get mad anymore with those people, and my wife has really helped me kind of remind me of that. And I'll probably do my best here to send out some screenshots about this. I just basically tell those people, okay, cool, no problem. Have a good one, change your mind, let me know, whatever. And that's it. That's it. Because there are so many other people out there. Here's the deal. There are over 300 million people in this country alone. Over 300 million. Okay? If you are going to get frustrated because you put out some ads and somebody, right, you got, a couple of responses coming back, hey, I got about 10, 15, 20 leads today. Okay, cool. That's a good start, right? It's a good start. We need to bump it up. That's a good start. And then you have no signups. That's okay. You're filtering out the notes, but somebody's going to come. Because if you're already in business, that means there's something that somebody did to attract you to that, right? You've got a different mindset and logic than some people do. So that's fine. You're just weeding out the nose. Because it will soon happen. You just got to understand there's perseverance that you need to have. There's consistency that you need to have. And honestly, you need some faith. You need some faith because you have seen success and you've seen people out there that have made success happen. So it's just a matter of time before you achieve that same success, right? They didn't get there overnight. There might be some things they do now that get them to that point, like within just a matter of days, boom, I can get myself, 10 G's, cool. But they've already built themselves a huge organization, a huge business, right? A significantly sized business, I should say, at least. So don't beat yourself up. People get into this industry a lot of times, myself included, thinking that, hey, I'm gonna make myself some big bucks, in a couple of days. Some folks do, but you don't. But I don't. Why is that? Well, look at what they're doing. If you're not doing the exact same things they are, then shame on you for being jealous of them. And yes, I mean that. Shame on you. Because don't hate on them for being successful. Now, if you're doing the same things that they are doing, and you're not hitting that success, then let's fine tune some things. Partner with those people, right? Find out, hey, what's going on? Look, I did this, and this, and 8, 9, 10 different things, right? Same things that you're doing, I should say. I've done all those things, but I'm not seeing that success yet. Okay, how long have you been doing that? What other things are going on? Okay, let's look at that and let's maybe restructure a few things. Let's recalibrate, okay? Excuse me. But don't kill yourself and don't start hating on people because of the fact that you haven't hit that level yet in the next 2 hours or the next 2 days. Okay? Success comes in many forms. If you see, sorry folks, I apologize about that. If you see yourself now, right, different than you did a month ago, and you're now posting consistently, I should say, sorry. You are out there, you've got business cards. You're out there passing out cards every day. You're posting up flyers, every other day, a few times a week. You're doing emails to your team. You're holding webinars. You know what? But the money's not coming in yet, but you're finding ways, right, to be able to create, activity and generate leads more than you were before. That's success. You're doing well. Now we need to figure out how do we convert those leads into signups, right? Into referrals, whatever you want to call it, to income, right? How do I basically generate or change what I'm doing, right, and get that to help start creating money? So this video has probably gone on longer than I anticipated. I'm sorry, I just got a little passionate. A lot of times, and I know there's a cat from Lifestyles Network, I think, that I saw the other night, and God bless him, because he said the same thing that I feel. And I've been, not victim, but I've been guilty of this, that a lot of times I want to get things so right and so perfect and so scripted that I just basically read that out to you guys. But, I find a lot of times, and if you look at a lot of these successful people on here, they're not doing that. They're not scripting every single thing out. They're speaking from the heart, or speaking off the cuff. And that's Cat from that Lifestyle Network International. That's what it is, Lifestyle Network International. He said that. He speaks from the heart, and that's how I am. Right? I speak what I feel. I don't go out to hurt anybody's feelings, to berate anybody, to beat anybody up. I go out to uplift people, right? I go out to encourage people. I go out, to be a beacon of light, a beacon of hope, to encourage folks that, hey, you can have the success too, right? I'm a huge optimist, right? There's always going to be, at some point, some way, somehow, there's going to be a silver lining in a situation. It might look bad, but there's a silver lining somehow, and I am a true testament to that. Oh God, I can tell you guys stories. Oh, that would make you cry. But God knows that I have been blessed more than I think I deserve sometimes. But it's amazing. It's amazing, and just I'm grateful. I'm grateful for God being in my life. I'm grateful for the wife that I have. I'm grateful for her family. I'm grateful for my parents and my brother, her brother, and just the lives, the people that have come into our lives, our friends, that we've been blessed with. Just there have been so many things that God has blessed us with that I just, at this point, I just know that He's there. I've always known that, but it's just so nice to see that, for those doubters that are out there, I don't understand how people can't believe, but that's, that's their own choice. But I see the fruits of His blessings. I do. And I just want to be able to pass it on to other people. I really, really do. And that's why I know when that guy from the lifestyle, I want to say Nick was his name, and I apologize for not knowing that offhand. I'm really sorry. But I'll have that noted here when I do a little bit when I post this video. I know for a fact that when you speak from the heart and you speak truthfully from the heart, people know. Most reasonably minded people know. And that is where you start building your team, right? When you have that transparency, when you have that just honest conviction, right? That sincerity that is there. People realize that, and they see that, this cat is going somewhere. This guy makes money, he does this, he does that, he speaks from the heart, I'm gonna follow him. Or it could be the other side. This guy's just starting out. I don't really see him making a lot of money, but God knows that, the guy or that girl is passionate about what they're doing. God knows, man, I need to hop on board. I need it because I want to be on that train of success with them. And I want to be able to achieve the same, those goals that I have set and be right there with them. So, with that being said, before this video gets to be like 30 minutes long, I just want to tell you folks, listen, regardless, right, there's two main businesses that I am on right now, and I don't see myself stop. One, Wake Up Now, and two, MCA, and I signed up for them in reverse order. About a little over a year ago for MCA, and I just got on board with Wake Up Now at the end of July. And I can tell you this, they're both incredible programs. Yes, bottom line is you get paid. MCA will do it on a weekly basis. Wake Up Now, on average, will do it on a monthly basis. Depending on what else is going on, you might get extra money throughout the month. But bottom line is MCA weekly, Wake Up Now monthly. And I will leave links to both on this video in my YouTube channel with my contact information. Here's the deal, folks, is that if you are working a job, regardless of whether you're happy or not, if you are working a job, you have to answer to somebody. You have a boss that you have to answer to, which is fine. You have processes and procedures and policies that you have to follow, which is fine. You have management that can only do so much. That this is in no way, like I said, knocking anybody, but there are things that you have to follow, and sometimes in some places I've been part of that you have to play the politics game, and one thing was I am not that person to play politics. I will tell the truth. Excuse me. And at sometimes, that got me in hot water, but you know what? God was by my side, and He opened other doors when He closed some. He opened up others for me, and I'm glad He did that. As a matter of fact, I actually left a job for another one because of a family situation, and that's kind of at the time of when I was getting to Wake Up Now. Well, actually, I should say it was a tail end. I think I had been in Wake Up Now for about a year, and I literally just left that job and started another one until, like I said, I get things where they need to be. And I'm almost there, and that's the beautiful thing. But I was happy at that job, believe it or not. So it wasn't necessarily the people there at the job, but it was the income. And I knew I was worth more than what I was being paid. Even now, I know I'm worth more than I'm being paid, and when that time comes, we'll see what happens. But understand this, folks, is that if you're working that job and you're not getting paid what you deserve, if you think you're only worth $8 an hour, $10, $15 an hour, if you think that's all you're worth, you're wrong. You're worth far greater than that. If you've got somebody that's a partner of yours that's working a business, then good. If you don't have somebody that either yourself or somebody that you live with, or that you're, I should say, a partner of yours, husband or wife or whatever, and you guys aren't working a business of some sort, or at least one of you isn't, then you need to reconsider some things, because here's what happens. One, you got, number one, you got to answer to the boss. Like I said, you got certain policies and procedures that you have to follow. Two, you know what, I got a vacation that I want to take, but then you got to request that time. If you don't get that time approved, then you got to take sick time, or, not feeling good, got to take time off because I'm sick, and then you go on that vacation. Deal with it later if you have to. Right? You don't have the freedoms and liberties that you deserve. This, again, is not bashing jobs. I'm just being straight up honest with you that you don't have the freedom and liberties that you deserve. So, when you see people out there that tell you that they don't have a job, they don't have a 9 to 5, they don't. And there is another side of the tracks, folks, that people are living on that is beautiful. It's amazing. The luxuries that you have available to you, the freedoms that you have, the choices that you have available to you. It's amazing, because it's not that you don't have to answer to anybody, it's the fact that you're not restricted and tied down. That's what it is. You're free. Free to make your own choices, and free to live your life the way God intended, right? So I'm going to stop now, because I can feel I'm going for like another hour. But here's the deal, is that I will do another video, like I said, showing you guys how, like I said, where these leads are going to and get weekly paychecks, as you can see here. And when you get on board, like I said, whether it's Wake Up Now or whether it is MCA, get on board, folks. The money is stupid silly to be made. I mean, it is, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, you get paid per referral. How hard is that? You have 3 people in Wake Up Now do the same thing you're doing, right? Save money and create money, right? It's a financial software solutions. You help people save money, right? And you show them how to create money. You only need 3 people and it's free for you. That's it. How hard is that? You refer people to movies, restaurants, car dealerships all the time. You might get something out of it, but usually no. And in this, you're creating your own future. So think about that. All right, folks, I'm out of here. I'm going to go ahead. I got a lot of things I got to get done today. So I might get to another video. If I don't do it today, then I'll get to it tomorrow. But you guys take care.